TV Plus. You can also catch the show on Distro TV as well as the Roku channel. Make sure you like and share the show when you jump online and join us in one of our many chats, one of our many havens of chatting that goes on during the show. People, we got some great people in all the chats. The Getter chat is the biggest one. You can join that. You can geet at people and go back and forth. A lot of great people in the Getter chat. We also have the YouTube chat going as the show is on YouTube. On the YouTubes. Rumble and the Rumblers. You can Rumble chat with them. You can also go on to X, Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, Twitter X, Twix. Just jump on there, find us broadcasting live, jump in the chat there, and of course the Facebook. Probably, it used to be one of the biggest ones for the show. Took a hit, but now it's back, and here we are. Speaking of being back, Kevin Downey Jr. is back, man. This guy, I think he pulled up a cot and he sleeps here now. Welcome back, Kevin.
Thank you, sir. Thanks for having me, gentlemen. 7th night in a row.
Isn't that crazy?
It's almost like we're going steady.
Almost.
Yeah.
Ooga.
Great to see you. We were just joking about mobsters and comedians.
Oh my goodness. We can't even talk about that story because of where we're at. Kevin Downey Jr., you can follow him, follow his radio show, follow him online at KevinDowneyJr.show.com. That's his website, Kevin Downey Jr., Jr. show.com. And you can find out about his radio show and his comedy stylings and of course his authoring offerings. Your authoring's.
My authorship.
Yes, at PJ Media. So you can go to pjmedia.com. You put out, one or two articles today? Or are you waiting? Because you were explaining how sometimes.
Yes, so there's one out now about these animals who savaged 3 girls from last Friday until Monday.
Right.
And all of them beaten, raped, murdered, and or whatever by illegal immigrants who shouldn't be here. But, the Democrats brought him across, and they put him up, and they gave him some food, little money. So the guy who raped the 13-year-old, you know what he said? He said, when I was done, I went and bought drugs. So he's not working. He's living for free. They're giving him money. And when he's not raping children, he's scoring some doobies. On the
and he might have been the same guy. He went through the process and he showed good behavior and he could assimilate or something like that, right? And they let him out. They let him stay.
And there's a sick little addendum to this. He told the cops he videotaped the attack.
Are you serious?
He said I was. He goes, and this is sick. He goes, I was nervous at first, but then I got comfortable and I started taping it.
He bragged about it. He bragged about it in court.
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Monsters.
I didn't hear about that part.
Monsters coming over.
Yeah, and you know what? The Biden administration is all too happy to because they're a potential voter. Oh. They're a potential voter. Meanwhile,
they're the new voters.
Right. Meanwhile, if that person was had a Trump shirt on or something, oh my goodness, they would have stopped them at the border, where they would have incarcerated them and deported them on the spot.
Yep, they never would have made it here. Yeah. And to take this sickness to another level. Joy Reid from MSNBC, that's one of those communist news networks over there, like CNN. She's talking to Representative, how do you say it, gentlemen, Jayapal from Washington?
Yeah, Jayapal.
And Joy Reid goes, look, Biden declared amnesty. And look, at CNN's, that's their main thing. And on ours, that's our main thing on the website. But you go to Fox News, and what does it say? 13-year-old raped by a illegal immigrant. And they start laughing. And they go, fear-mongering. No. Let the people know. Now, and let me throw this at you. Almost every predator, not all, but most, prey in their own demographic. So when you see, three people attacked a woman, they're probably attacking an Hispanic woman or a Latino woman.
Right.
So when you say let them in, what you're saying is look out, mamitas, you're on your own. Because we need the votes, and it's sick.
Speaking about Joy Reid, she cut her hair off. I think that Ben had an effect on her when he said, did you take your haircut from Donald Trump?
Cultural appropriation.
Her hair, she keeps it short so she can wear different wigs. That's all it is.
Okay.
She didn't get it cut off. She changed her wig style this time.
I'm not up on her dues.
Yeah. You're not up on the dues? All right. Speaking of dues, David Zier is also here. How are you, my friend?
Great. Had a busy day. It was a beautiful day here on Long Island. The sun was out. It's been 87 all week, something like that. And I've got stuff for you. I've got clips and videos and news stories, and happy to be here. And we're going to have some fun.
Yeah, and it's a Friday night, so we'll try and keep it a little light. Of course, we'll cover things that we that need to get covered. And there's a great clip from Josh Hawley. I was talking to the guys about it just before the show, where he is basically, there are all these Biden nominees going up to Congress. They want to be approved for federal judgeships. He annihilates this one. This woman, I don't even know how she got this far.
I don't even.
You hear about DEI. It's a white woman. I don't know how someone I can't say stupid, this dishonest,
right,
can get this far in this process. And then I go, dummy, it's the Biden administration. Of course, this is what they do.
Yep, this is woke again.
Yeah. So we'll play that clip in just a little bit. David Zier, of course, his show Breaking Point every Saturday morning. That's tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. Breaking Point this Saturday. David, what do you got on tap for the people who are joining us?
I've got the director, Chris Burgard, of The War on Truth, about J6, a follow-up to Capital Punishment. This guy is great. It's a really wonderful movie telling the truth about what really happened on J6 and the plants and the crowd and all that stuff. So make sure you go. I think it's the warontruthmovie.com, but look it up. Go get it. Watch Breaking Point tomorrow. I got more details on there. I played the trailer. And then I've got all kinds of interviews from on the ground, from Real American Voices, from Wisconsin, Racine, Democrats, independents, people fed up, can't put food on the table. Same story everywhere we go. Concerned about illegals. Every town's a border town. So don't miss it. And I just want to share that with the ravers, the ravers.
The ravers, the ravers, the rumblers. Yeah, so make sure you make your plans for tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. right here on Real America's Voice with David Zier and his own personal stylings in Breaking Point.
So I had a quick thing, comedic stylings, right? They say, was Punchline like the worst movie ever made and not funny, or is it?
It was.
Did it resonate with you because you're a comedian?
It was both of those, and it was so not like the lives of comedians at all.
Okay.
Now refresh my memory. Who was in Punchline?
Hanks.
Was it Tom Hanks?
Tom Hanks and what's her face? You like me. You really like
Sally
Right,
Field.
right, Sally Field.
Norma Ray.
Yeah.
Now, if people don't know why did David just blurt that out?
Because you said comedy stylings.
He almost had a Biden-esque moment. Like it just says something that doesn't make sense. We were talking about movies last night.
You said comedic stylings, I think, in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but I mean, in terms of referring to movies, we had this big discussion about movies, and then we had some ideas.
So that's a line in the movie when they're presenting the comedians who are struggling, like Taylor Negron, who's great, you know, and there was like, here's the comedic stylings of such and such on stage. That's why I thought of you.
When people say that now, it's sort of like it's a joke.
Yeah.
It's because that has gotten so hack, as we say.
It's like the Brat Pack.
Yeah, it's like, so please, with the comedic stylings, they're almost making fun of you.
Yeah, they are making fun of you.
Okay, yeah.
It means you're not funny.
Exactly.
Either that or something like that. Actually, all of a sudden, that puts the pressure on you. Like, you son of
It's in the style of comedy.
Yeah.
It's a style of comedy. But it's not really comedy.
So, so that I thought it was in reference to what we were talking about last night when we were talking about movies. So that's why I mentioned that. We did hear from Slick Rick. Now, we're not going to get him on. We're not Skyping in with him because he's in motion. I don't know if you know he's constantly in motion, this guy. Mm-hmm. But he did send a couple pictures. I don't know if Fran had a chance to grab those just yet. But if you did, just let me. Oh, there it is. Look at him. This is Slick. One of the pictures that he just sent from the Prince pilgrimage out in Minneapolis. Look at that hat. Look at that.
Wow.
Look at that outfit. He's glowing. I wonder if those things, if those blink on that one. And then of course there's this. And if you don't know, when Slick goes out there, he doesn't just bring. It's not like he's there for 5 days. He brings 5 outfits. No. when Slick goes for 5 days, he probably brings about 15 to 20 outfits because he does changes throughout the day.
Yeah, he told me that. Yeah. He goes, they're going to be costume changes.
Right, that's costume changes. So there is Slick. A couple pictures from him, a couple of the other people that are there for, Prince's, I guess, the 40th anniversary of Purple Rain, which he is bathing in. So good for him. He's going to try and call in, I think. We'll see if we can make that work. I'm not sure. Again, he's constantly in motion out there. There's events happening. He was telling me, he was bragging. He says there's video. I'm not going to believe it until I see the video. I mean, I can believe it, but I really want to see this video. He said he was called up on stage, and of course he was called up on stage with 4 other women. I should say 4 women, not other women.
I wasn't going to
with 4 women, and I guess there was this new this song that Prince did not release called Friction. So he was up there dancing with the women to the song Friction. To which they started calling him Rick Friction.
Is that a Pulp Fiction?
Yeah.
Rick Friction.
So there you have it. Slick Rick Fiction is, checking in. So we'll see if he's able to call in. If not, then we'll definitely, hopefully grab that video and have some fun with that. In the meantime, Kevin, anything grabbing your attention? Because there's a lot of stuff coming across the headlines today.
Yes. I have an article coming out. I think it's coming out. I don't know yet. I thought it should have come out by now, called "Guess Who's One Shard Away from Mandatory Retirement?" And there's a picture of Joe Biden glaring up into the sky on Juneteenth. I think, the Daily Mail said, we had some DNC strategist said, we have a plan. If this debate goes south, he's done.
Right.
Now, he won't. Here's what I think, though. He won't go down without a fight.
No,
because he's got to save his son.
Well, not only that, I think he is of the mind. He is so self-centered and such a narcissist that he actually believes he's doing a great job.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You
don't think so?
Very
you don't
demanding.
think he believes that?
In the campaign trail, in the primaries, the whole thing, whether he should be in the New Hampshire primary or not, his consultant said yes. He said no. He insisted. He's very demanding. That's what I hear.
Because he actually thinks he's smart. Like, if you ever watched the debate with him and Justice Thomas when he was getting confirmed, he thought he was smart.
Wow. I thought he just thought he was lucky.
No, he is lucky.
Remember what Obama said, never underestimate Joe's ability to F things up.
Right. And that comes from his inability to realize he is not the smartest person in the world. A little wrinkle now. Now it makes sense. Now you're like, I never thought of it from that. All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll do some more with David Zier. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. We'll see you guys in the chat. It is a Friday night. Pizza Friday. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
See it.
Well, you're on the email list there. Fran sent it 44 minutes ago.
Oh, 44. Hold on.
The one I'm going to play from my computer. Remember I mentioned it, that I listened to it and he didn't curse?
I don't think she was in the room when you said that.
Oh. You weren't paying attention to me. That's why.
I don't have the...
You're like, yeah, that's
I don't have the cut
list. That's probably it. I don't really try to pay attention.
Let me see if I got it on my other phone.
Oh, and Rumble's down again.
Rumble's down again? Son of a...
It's complicated. It has to do with our stream keys.
Okay. Well, I didn't do it, so...
No, Damon was worried this wouldn't work again tonight because it was a temporary fix.
Mm-hmm.
So I let him know.
Can somebody forward me the cut list from their email? It's not coming through.
All right, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you. I gotcha. Forward. Zier. You sure your Hotmail account didn't get hacked too?
Netflix, Facebook, Instagram.
Dude, I like the guy who hijacked your Facebook page. He makes you look great. Like I'm envious of David Zier's Facebook. Like, wow, he's in crypto. He just got a car for these people. You're killing it.
RV. Bad. I was on the phone for like 2 hours today with California.
The entire state of California?
Seeing that would take longer than 2 hours.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I've been working on it for 10 days straight. I had to hire 2 consultants because you can't get anybody at Facebook. It's impossible. The last time it took me 8 months to get my account back.
Wow.
Nightmare.
All right, we got about 30 seconds. I'm jumping into the YouTube chat. There it is, fired up. Hey there, YouTubers. Oh, it's howdy, actually. Did you get the cut list yet, David?
Yeah, I did. Thank you. Just got it. Thank you.
All right.
Yeah, I might have got spammed before. I don't know what happened.
Don't give me... Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Thank you for joining us. We know you got other things you could be doing, but if you're here, we appreciate it, so thank you very much. If you are in the chats, of course, like and share the show for us. We appreciate it. Don't forget to visit Kevin Downey Jr.'s online home at kevindowneyjrshow.com. David Zier's got some stuff. He's got a bunch of stuff. Some of it we didn't get to last night. We'll try to get through most of it tonight. In the meantime, though, I don't know if you guys caught this. Of course, the debate is happening next week, right? Did you hear? So I guess there's a coin toss, like anything else. You know, when you got 2 competing parties, there's a coin toss. You got a Super Bowl, there's a coin toss. All right, who's going to receive, who's going to kick, that kind of stuff. They have the same for this debate between Trump and Biden. Did you guys hear what happened?
Yeah, Biden picked the right side.
Yeah, he picked the right side, which is because you have your choice. Either you pick what podium you want, or you pick what order you speak in. And I guess whoever was picking for him didn't know that you should be picking to speak last because he chose to speak first, which means now you give the advantage to the guy coming up behind you who can blow your stuff out of the water while nailing you down. And then, of course, Trump is going to finish the entire debate.
Yep.
It's just an amazing thing. And then I found this, a news report. You can't make this stuff up. When it comes to Joe Biden, the expectations of Joe Biden, what they think, check this out. This is cut number 12 as they talk about what the debate prep will entail for Joe Biden. It's quick. Cut number 12 here. Check it out.
Part 2 of that, Phil, of that debate prep, it's going to be actually putting that into action with these mock debates. This is going to include a 90-minute formal debate where the president is standing up on his feet the entire time, trying to mirror what he's going to have to do in real time next week.
So the big takeaway from that
is he can stand.
If he can stand for 90 minutes.
Wow.
He's stand rehearsing as we speak.
I guess so. If your debate prep includes having to stand for 90 minutes, you might not want to do this debate.
Yeah. You might want to retire at some point.
Right.
Go fishing. And
then, of course, he's got his surrogates out there, like the vice president, Kamala Harris, who's out there saying, you know what, he's going to do great. You know, coming to bat for old Joe, coming to bat for her running mate, as they say. And here she is talking about what she thinks the debate is going to present to the American people. It's cut number 13. You can see it for yourself.
Joe Biden and this debate will make clear the contrast. You know,
yes, he will.
Of the many issues in our country and our world that are complex and nuanced, November of 2024 is binary.
Really?
And when you look at the difference, I would ask people to really imagine what the world will be like on January 20th, 2025.
Wow. That's really
That was
standing
deep.
up for your guy.
She is a moron.
She really is.
It's just embarrassing. You know what? I'm starting to think good people don't want to go into politics. It's got to be the megalomaniacs who just want to get rich. And
No, I've been saying that my whole life, like being involved, right? So since I'm like 14, you don't see the best, most qualified people. A lot of it is patronage. A lot of it is family legacy. A lot of it, and then more recently, since the Tea Party, you see like fence guys and other people getting up and running. But right, so you don't get like the cream of the crop usually running, people who get up every day and take care of the farm or open the gates for their crews every morning, right?
Right.
It's not the
you don't get the real people who are passionate about who could actually do something. You get the grifters. You get the you get the lazy people.
Yeah.
Who are just like, hey, everybody's been telling me I'm great my whole life and I should get into politics, and that's why they're doing it because it elevates their status. That's all they're looking for.
But then you get really good people, and you've got people that are committed to public service and stuff. So it's a mix, but. Yeah, you don't get like the sharpest, smartest,
No.
You don't get like the Trump dynamic, eagle eye kind of guy.
Right. You get the
day.
Biden type.
You do.
And unfortunately, we're saddled with far too many Bidens.
On both sides.
Yeah. You know what? I think he was chased out of the 88 Democratic primaries
when
for
he
lying.
got caught lying, plagiarizing.
He got caught lying and plagiarizing and all sorts of stuff.
And
go ahead.
And Delaware said, send him back.
Yeah,
keep voting for him.
That was his third shot when they finally could cobble together enough votes. They had to wait 4 days for them to be printed and sent over to Pennsylvania for them to count.
Of course.
Now I've got a theory. Now stay with me on this. I'm going to throw it out there because they're saying that if this doesn't go well for Joe Biden at the debate, they're going to move to try and get him out. Right?
Yeah.
I think they might, or at least the Biden team, they might be using this opportunity. Let's do this debate prep. Let's see how he does. And if he doesn't do well, I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know if I'm right. I don't know if I'm wrong. I'm just going to throw it out there.
It was bandied about today on radio.
You don't even know what I'm about to say.
Well, then, okay.
Just wait. Let me get this out because I'm looking at the date. I want to make sure it's the right date.
Yeah.
So the 27th, next Thursday. Would it surprise anyone if there was an event that happened before Thursday?
Right. That's what I was going to say.
If something happened that was called, we need to delay the debate because the president has to tend to this breaking situation, whether it be national or international. You know what I mean?
Yep. I'm on your side. I said it from the beginning. There's no way these two cats are going to have two debates. Not even one. I don't think they're going to do it once.
Really?
No.
Well, listen, they got a controlled environment, and Biden got through the two debates with Trump, even though it was a different mental state back then in 2020. But they are, Biden just has to do this much.
Yeah.
And we are going to hand out vitamin B shots at the warehouse party next year, the debate watch party here in New York. You give them vitamin B, maybe some Adderall for a couple of days, and you get them through an hour and a half.
Right. You jack them up.
He doesn't have to do much.
On the cocktail.
Mike's muted.
Yeah, but you know what? I think that setup actually sets him up to fail. Because if Trump says, you know what? Go ahead, talk.
But I heard Bill O'Reilly.
And then he just starts to talk, and he starts to get incoherent, and he starts to babble, and then he starts making no sense.
I don't think they let it happen. Like
I don't think they have a choice.
The moderators. But Bill O'Reilly said something really stupid. He said,
Bill O'Reilly.
He said, CNN, they're not going to get the questions in advance. And I'm like, Donna Brazil? Why would he say that?
Right.
They probably are.
Yeah, of course
they are.
So what do you think of my theory?
Maybe.
Like I said, I thought of it last night. I tweeted it real quick, and then I almost forgot about it. And then we started talking about this. So I was like, that's right. I said this. I'm not a lunatic. Believe me.
I think it's rock solid.
People were talking about it on talk radio today that they didn't think he was going to make it to the debate. So I don't know. I think they have enough control over him where they can get him. They can harness him in for 90 minutes, force fed the debate by the moderators, treat Trump like crap, cut him off, turn his mic off, limit his discussion, and he gets through it. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what?
Do all that.
See, because Joe Biden, and I think we've seen this, Joe Biden thinks he's smarter than he is.
Yeah.
Right? So I think when Trump goes in there and starts blasting away at him for what he has done in China and his son did here and all this stuff, I think that's going to twerk Joe, and he's going to go off script, and that's where he's going to fumble, and that's where he's going to have his biggest problems.
I don't think they're going to let Trump do that.
Yeah.
I think the minute he says, "Hey, remember that laptop? We're talking about."
I don't know if I don't know. It's going to be a very interesting. It's going to be an interesting dynamic.
Oh yeah, I think I'm going to go to the warehouse too. I want to be there for that.
Yeah,
it'll be fun. I don't know who we have on the ground in Atlanta down there, but we will be having a watch party in New York. Got about 100 people.
So there you have it. Debate talk. Now we're debating what's going to happen. All right. Interesting. We'll see what happens. If you have your own theories, let us know. Put it in the chat. We'll see if we can find it.
I'm going to Facebook.
All right, we'll take a quick break. We'll come back. We'll do some clips with David Zier right after this, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Hey there! All right, we're live in the chat. I'm just typing in answer to Moon Pie.
Hello, everybody. Hi in YouTube Live. I think Maga from Carlsbad in Getter. I think I met her in Minden, Nevada for Trump. She was from Carlsbad, California. Drove 6 hours to be there. I think she's the
Drag
same
Blacker. Did I say twerk? I don't even know. I might have. Am I having a senior moment? A Joe Biden senior moment? I don't know.
I think their bases are covered because if he does bad, they can replace him.
Right, but who are they going to replace him with?
Well, we know what we think.
I mean, you know what? And I've got another name to throw into the VP thing, the VP sweepstakes for Trump. One that we forgot about. I remember saying his name probably last year. Rick Grenell.
Yeah, people
solid guy.
He'll be in the administration again.
Definitely be in the administration.
He's a great guy.
And he's part of that, is it the America First Legal, I think he's part of?
America First Policy Institute. I forgot where he's at now.
It's one of those. So he's pretty active. He actually uncovered some stuff regarding, what was the story? I had it here. I'll find it.
I talked to him at rallies, and he's always just on point. Great guy. Unafraid. All
right, I'm in the Twixers. I'm with the Twixers now. Let's see. Micah Trumpington. Rick Grenell is awesome. Yes, he is. Farmer Brook. Yes. Grenell will do CIA. Yes. See, I was thinking the same thing. Maybe CIA or FBI.
Yeah.
Clean that crap up.
He did a great job as ambassador.
Yes. Joanna asked if I got pizza tonight. I did, Joanna. I got pizza. Thank you. And thank you, Paula.
He was so happy he got here early. Because I got here early. I'm usually not here that early. I'm usually running around like I got fire on my ass and running late. Even though I try to get here early, I still end up being late.
You know what? I parked the car and I was waiting, and I saw you get out of your car and go in. I went, no pizza? Yeah. Oh, no. And then you went back to your car and got it.
That's because... All right, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice, on a Friday night. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. David Zier is here. We'll get to him in just a moment. Just going through some of the chatting that's going on the X chat. If you're there, twixing away. Who said it? Oh, Frederick Leathers said this, and I totally agree. All Donald Trump has to do is say something that will set Mumbles off. Something about his kid.
Oh.
It'll be something.
Time, Joseph.
Yeah, it's something as simple as that, man.
He's going to say, like, your son's a degenerate,
Yeah.
you know, and sold out this country's, and you're compromised.
Right. And
by
how many
China
times?
and the Ukraine.
How many times have you showered with your daughter this week, Joe? Oh my goodness! Imagine that. He would just level him.
Can we write the debate? Let's write the debate for Trump.
I wonder, and again, we're talking about the debate that's happening next Thursday. Is it on ABC? Is that where it is? I forget.
It's ABC.
It's ABC. I wonder if they're going to run it on a delay.
Like that 7-second FCC delay?
7-second or even longer delay.
I can't
So they can
that.
drop out of things they don't want people to see.
Yeah, cheap fakes.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's just another question. I bring that up because in my when I had a cool life in radio, they actually WNEW in New York put our show, the Opie and Anthony show, on I think we were on at one point a 60-second delay.
Really?
You had to. You had to.
Yeah, they broke up it was broken up into 7-second slots.
Yeah.
And there were buttons all over the place. So anybody could be like, that shouldn't go on the air. You can hit the button and it'll take that 7 seconds right out and it'll just continue.
It's by the way, it's CNN because CNN's based in Atlanta. Yeah.
All right. So I wonder if they're going to run it on the delay. Huh.
I bet you they do.
Oh, Nobody X #1. Ding, ding, Delgado onto something. They are literally making a mockery of Biden. No, they probably are.
You know what? I'm dead serious. That article, he's one shard away. He could drop a crab cake in his pants, and they're going to cut that. They're not going to let us know. The leader of the free world just...
Yeah. Yeah, more footage of him getting to that helicopter as well. Did you see him?
Oh, I think I sent that up. Did you send it up?
No.
I have it.
Do we have it?
Yeah, you want me to throw it?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go to the
see where
footage.
that one is. Biden Camp David, maybe cut number 8. I think that's the one. It's pretty brief.
Oh, look at this.
Oh, he's on the big boy stairs.
Yeah, he's on the big boy stairs.
At the back of the plane.
Now,
Or
this
is it
would be
the big-
considered a cheap fake because we didn't do anything to it. But it's very real. Just slow, but
Look at that.
It's crazy.
He can't even do that fake little...
And
No.
I don't know if he salutes the Marines.
And
I think they
look
cut
at his,
it off.
And it's funny because look at his hands. He's almost like Ricky Bobby, that first interview where he doesn't know what to do with his hands, and he just kind of because his
Ricky
arms
Bobby.
don't swing when you walk. Normal gait,
Yeah.
Things move. Your shoulders move a little bit. Your arms move a little. He is as stiff as a board.
And moving at the speed of a glacier. Look at
Yes.
that man.
I wonder if he saluted those guys.
I didn't see
know.
it. Excuse me, I did
I don't
not
know.
see it.
Kind of crazy. All right, let's throw it over to David Zier, the host of Breaking Point. Breaking Point every Saturday morning right here on this network at 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. David, what do you got for us today?
Well, I just wanted to cut to. Did we play Congressman Brian Steyer last night? I think we did, right? And I cut it early, so
Yep.
that's okay. So, listen, there's so much going on, but I wanted to play some fun clips. Liberal lunacy in Portland, Oregon, cut number 7. While a crime is going on, somebody steps in to protect the criminal. Watch this.
How's it going, man? So you know why I'm here, obviously, right? This is you, right? So I'm not here to hurt you.
Okay.
I want to have a conversation with you, though. You think we can talk about this?
Yeah, in a civil manner.
Yeah, I haven't yelled at you or anything, right? I mean, you can ask him why he's here if you want to ask.
Oh, I live in the neighborhood and I do a lot of mutual aid for the houseless.
Oh no, he's not houseless.
I
He has
just
plenty of
wanted
homes.
to make sure that he was not being harassed.
Oh, am I harassing you? You want to tell her why you're here, or do you want her just to
No,
probably
it's
move
okay.
along? Yeah.
Is everything okay?
Not really, but
Do you want him to go away?
Do you want to talk about this?
Listen to this, Karen.
Right, so
Okay. I just wanted to make sure that the brown person was safe.
okay.
the brown person is safe.
Yeah, because we take
Have a
care
good
of
a good day. Have a good day. Have a good day.
I worry about the brown.
Yeah, she's worried about the brown people. Meanwhile, this guy,
This is the step into Portland right here.
this guy,
This is insanity.
an online predator.
What's up, man?
Not much.
So what are you doing here? You understand why I'm here, obviously?
I do.
Okay. So
You're not here to fight me or anything, right?
if I was here to fight you, bro, I would have put you in the river already.
Okay.
Right? You came right here to the river.
Yeah, we
How long do you think you've been talking to this girl?
A few weeks.
A few weeks.
Few weeks.
Yeah, he was trying to meet a 14-year-old girl in Portland. And as he's getting interrogated, this is a guy, Paul Zaipula, posted this on X. I don't know where it originated from, but this woman's concern was, I wanted to make sure the brown person was safe, not the 14-year-old girl.
Yeah, you know what?
Could have been raped.
I follow this cat on YouTube. I believe it's called People versus Pedos. And he aggressively, and I love watching it, chases pedophiles. He's probably got over... well over 100, maybe closer to 200 videotapes of him. He pretends to be a child online,
right? And
they agree to meet, and then he goes there, and he gets them arrested too. And that's the sick part. He's busting a pedophile.
Right.
And here comes the woman, the great white savior. I look out for the brown people. You know what? They don't need you to look out for them.
Yeah.
Especially the pedos.
Especially the pedophiles who would probably would aim at your daughter. If you had a 14-year-old daughter, he would take aim at her.
Yep.
The only part I disagree with him, and I'd seen that video earlier today, is that he didn't tell her. He should have told her. Oh, do you want to tell her? Because I will. I know you're concerned about the brown people. This brown person was trying to meet up with a 14-year-old girl to have sex with her.
Yep.
Are you still concerned about the brown people?
Yep.
Yeah.
Just amazing.
Unbelievable. And I have some interviews to play for you, but we'll do that later. I wanted to throw to one more quick cut. This is the new show. I guess it's a special. I don't know if it's on Netflix, New Amsterdam. I've seen it around. I don't know where it's playing. But this is how woke Hollywood has become. Tumor caused by racism on the new show, New Amsterdam, cut number 9. Unbelievable, kids.
Make yourself comfortable. There's a couch over there.
Is he okay?
Yeah, he's okay. I had Cephas answer some questions from a Harvard test known as unrest. It is designed to measure someone's level of social resistance.
Social resistance.
When people like us oppose the values and policies of the dominant culture.
That's right.
And what does that have to do with
it? He feels threatened on a daily basis. Like everything he's earned can just be taken away. He's disenfranchised. But because his life is seemingly free from all this, because he can't name it, he's internalizing it.
Oh my God.
Racism. I think your son's tumor was caused by racism.
Tumor. Tumor called by racism.
Yeah.
A tumor.
Meanwhile, the black woman got $1 million education for free, probably.
Yeah.
But there's racism.
A tumor.
Yeah.
Because of racism. a tumor.
That was on my little list of surprises if you wanted one today, too.
It's
oh,
not
my
a
goodness.
tumor.
You know what? I think I've got an answer for you, David. Nobody watches that show. I've never heard of it, and now I'll be on the lookout to make sure I don't accidentally come across it.
It's popular. It's popular.
My racism is really hurting today. I better go home with pay, right?
Yes. oh my goodness! I got a cramp here. This must be feminism.
Bob, I can't go to school today. I feel like I came down with racism.
Oh, jeez. Holy cow!
You put like a penny under your armpit, you get racism.
Fran, you said something about this?
It's on NBC. It's been on for 5 seasons, and they're planning a
5 seasons.
Yeah, since 2018.
Maybe I saw it on Peacock.
Okay,
that's
well
why
then,
NBC.
NBC must be because nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Show.
NBC.
Yeah, nobody cares.
Your daughter has a scorching case of internalized misogyny. There's nothing we can do.
Doctor, can you operate?
Nothing we can. Yeah, we can. Puberty blockers.
Oh, my goodness.
Genital mutilation.
Yeah,
got a whole menu for you. Here,
we also have some hair dye. You can put some hair dye in there and, pierce every part of your body.
Yeah, and we're going to ask your parents to leave. Come with us, miss. We're going to take you in now, take your parents out of the equation.
God,
internalized misogyny is a real thing.
Yes.
It's when a woman doesn't understand why she isn't being told to go to the kitchen. She has internalized misogyny.
See?
What else did I see today that was in that range of stupid?
What a clown show world we live in.
It's not my fault. I just pass it on.
You know what? I have the radio show, and I have PJ Media, and I get to hang out with you guys. Any other job in the world, I would have been fired.
Well, it's like the movie Airplane. It's like, a hospital. What is it? Oh, it's a large building with lots of doctors. And it's like, it's like, I'm sorry, ma'am, your daughter has a tumor, and it's because of racism. She can't get on the plane today.
It's amazing.
You know what? The best thing I ever did, and I saw it coming. They might still show movies behind the library in Manhattan on Fifth Avenue.
Yeah.
Big screen.
Sure.
And they're showing Airplane. I went, who? Did they not watch it? So I went. And within 12 minutes, everyone was like,
Yeah, I speak jive, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. That movie's awesome.
Yeah.
And the nun's reading Boy's Life, and
Yes.
the boy's reading Nun's Life, and
Yeah.
she's surfing the nun on the cover.
we brought basketball to the native tribe.
Yeah. And they were all dunking the basketball.
Maybe we will do a movie special.
We gotta.
Oh, you know what? And what brings it back to movies? Donald Sutherland, Animal House. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
He was the professor in Animal House.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was trying to
totally
sleep
forgot
with one of the students.
Brooke Allen.
Yeah, Brooke Allen, who was
Another one we had a crush on
yeah.
in the 80s or 70s.
Crazy.
Now, was Brooke Allen the same one in Raiders of the Lost Ark? I think she was, because I always confuse Brooke Allen and Nancy Adams from Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
Oh.
Remember they looked the same, kind of? No?
I will tell you in a
Anybody?
second. I'll tell you in the break. Here, let's do this real quick. Do I have time? No, I don't have time. It's a because we're talking about absurdness and stupidity that the left just you can't even make some of this stuff up. I've got a white Democrat from California, of all places, I believe. Really just almost coming to tears, basically coming to tears because he's finding out from that Latinx woman that his reparations legislation is going to go down in a heaping pile of dung. And it's wonderful to see. This guy gets so verklempt, he's like, he actually has to stop talking. He has to stop himself from talking because he's on the verge of tears. Unbelievable. So we got that. We
Is
have
that
more.
Representative Low T? What's this guy's name?
Oh, I don't even know. Low T.
By the way, Karen Allen was from Starman, Animal House, and Brooke Adams was Invasion of Body Snatchers, and Karen Allen was also in Indy.
Yeah, Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Right.
Correct. All right.
All right.
All
Got
right.
that
We'll
right.
take a kind of a weird way to wrap that up. A little movie stuff is always fun. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, I'll play that clip of the Democratic state. I think he's a state senator or something. What a panty waste. Unbelievable. You got to see it to believe it. We'll take a quick break. We'll do more with David Zier and Kevin Downey Jr. Live from Studio 6B. Stay there. They probably picked it because it was free.
Shirley, you can't be serious.
I am serious, and don't call me Shirley.
Looks like I picked the wrong week to stop sniffing the glue.
That guy was hilarious.
I just want to let you know we're all counting on you. The best. The best.
Unbelievable.
I'm a teen. This.
And then he's telling the story, and the lady hangs herself next to him.
Yeah.
She can't take it anymore. And then the other guy commits harry-carry. Right.
You know what? I've seen clips of as All on the Family.
Oh my goodness!
They never show that.
They actually do. There is a.
Yeah.
Is there?
I think on Hulu actually.
One of
have,
them.
One of the networks that shows it.
Oh, those are.
I watch it, and
awesome.
Sanford and Son's on. They're talking about weed and stuff. Sanford and Sons, crazy.
They're dropping the N-word.
Yeah, Greg Willie, he's, where's Texas? Guy made a fake profile and was attacking himself from that.
Yes, I have that story.
Oh, do you? Okay.
Yeah.
So Greg was just talking about it in the chat.
I have that story right here.
Don't you hate when there's just not enough racism to go around? You got to make it up.
Yeah, you got to make it up. Hey, they're not discriminating against me. I better do it to myself.
Oh, it's on Pluto?
What is?
All in the Family, I think.
Maybe that's it.
It could be.
My wife
Peyton.
watches Pluto.
Thank you, Peyton.
Watch Raph on Channel 470 on Pluto.
Crazy. And now they're trying to say, what do you call it? I'm trying to find the article. I should probably check X. That climate change is responsible for people turning conservative. You can't make this shit up.
That's a good one.
You know what's amazing to me? The people that think men can have periods think the world is going to implode because of cow flatulence. They will believe anything you tell them.
I know. They are in a cult. Think about all the stupid shit liberals think about and worry about.
Yep.
Well, the seas have been rising for 20,000 years, so it's like nothing new.
Yeah.
They go up and down. It's cyclical.
Someone found a picture of Liberty Island from the 40s, and they showed it with one today.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Welcome back to the program. From what I understand, David Zier, you said you had a Damon sighting today, correct?
I did. Just out and about at a meeting. Said hello quickly. He's doing okay.
He's doing okay?
Yeah, but, he's taking it easy. And, I think he goes in for another procedure, something like that, and he should be back in action.
Hopefully next week. Yeah. So we'll look for an update from Damon, and hopefully things work out, and we'll see him next week.
Yeah.
In the meantime, we're holding down the fort. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. David Zier is here. Slick Rick is in Minneapolis on his purple pilgrimage for Prince, so he'll be back sometime next week. But he did send us a couple pictures, and supposedly there's a video of him lighting it up on stage with a little friction action. That's all I'm going to say. It's,
air guitar.
I can imagine what's going to happen this weekend, because that was last night. That was Thursday. Nobody does anything crazy on a Thursday. It's wait till you get to the weekend. So we can imagine what's going down on this weekend with Slick Rick. We got a couple things. One thing, an article that Kevin brought up I want to get to, but let's play that clip of that Democrat from California just basically coming to tears. The first 45 seconds or so is the Hispanic representative basically arguing why, we're not paying reparations, and here's why. And then, of course, he responds. Here's cut number 11. Check it out for yourself.
Economists, consultants from the task force reported the total amount could be as much as $800 billion. That's 2.5 times the size of our entire state budget. To pay for that, you'd need a major tax hike, unlike anything this state has ever seen before. I recognize and acknowledge the painful part of our history. The pains of our past should not be paid by the people of today. The majority of our state is Latino and Asian, making up 55% of our population. Most of them, like me, are first, second, or third generation immigrants who had nothing to do with slavery, discrimination, Jim Crow laws. Nothing. It is fundamentally unfair to force these people to pay for this, and because of that, I will be opposing today.
End of the day, compensation is necessary. I understand that it's hard to ask those of us currently sitting in the legislature to make those commitments, but no one asked black families over generations if it was okay to take their wealth, if it was okay to enslave them, if it was okay to...
Here it comes.
Oh, what a phony.
If it was okay to put their children generations of poverty.
Such a wonderful performance.
Sorry, my tumor's growing from a bad piece of milk.
Based upon free labor of African descendants over hundreds of years. We need to recognize it. I know it's not going to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy. It's not supposed to be easy to actually admit when you've caused pain. It's not supposed to be easy when you actually try to repair and heal that pain. And yes, we do benefit. We still benefit to this day from what happened to our brothers and sisters in the Black community over so many generations.
So I have a question for you. Right?
Okay.
The guy's from Canada. His family came here in 1978, so he knows nothing about slavery. His family's Hindu. He went to Georgetown.
Mm-hmm.
So where was he in the caste system? Was he like in the upper echelon of the caste, suppressing all those lower people in the Hindu caste system?
Yeah,
right.
He was.
Are you talking about that guy?
That guy.
What was his name?
Kyra. Ash Kyra.
Ash Kyra.
Yeah.
No, he's definitely an Ash.
He's Canadian. He's an Ash. Yeah.
It's just amazing. But there you have it. I mean, he's... I'm trying to talk about... He doesn't talk about all the other slaves throughout the world. How about all the other slaves? If you want to go down that road and say, it doesn't matter that you weren't involved, you should pay anyway, well, then let's talk about, I don't know, the Israeli slaves, the Hebrew slaves. Let's talk about the Christian slaves that were taken. Let's talk about the Chinese slaves that were taken. Let's talk about all the... Slavery has been going on since the beginning of time. It has nothing to do with race, everything to do with power.
1 billion Indians. Ask them that his family probably came from wealth in India. He came here.
It's just amazing. And I don't see him calling up the Dutch saying, hey, we understand you guys started this whole thing. Importing them from Africa.
You know, my parents didn't have money to send me to college. This guy's got a Juris Doctor, San Jose University. He's went to Georgetown. It's like, give me a break. All right, buddy? Please.
It's such a charade.
It really is.
Shameless charade.
Who else did the fake crying recently in Congress? Who was that? I don't remember.
I don't know. Probably Adam Schiff.
I was going to say him or Kinzinger, but he's out.
Kinzinger. Yes, Kinzinger. Kinzinger's always crying.
Elon Musk shared something today. As a woman giving a little talk, she said, Western society is the only society in the history of mankind to take a moral revulsion to slavery. They said, we have to stop this. This is wrong.
Right.
Everywhere else around the world, it either is going on now or it stopped for some other reason other than, hey, we're all equal.
Right. And from what I understand, some people even argue that the Civil War was kind of reparations. You know, kind of laying down
500,000 white men who died,
right? To kind of end that debacle.
63,000 New Yorkers, I think, died.
So. As Stewie Griffin said on Family Guy, we wrote a pretty big check for you that war.
And did the 3,000 black families who fought with the South get reparations?
Exactly.
Did someone who came here from Africa in 1960 get reparations?
Well, that's the whole thing. Yes.
What about black people who own slaves?
Yeah,
they don't want to talk about those.
I read a story. A woman owned her husband. They were both black. Got mad at him and sold him to someone else because she was like, "I'm done."
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, that's tough.
Yeah.
I guess we know who wore the pants in that relationship.
Yeah. You notice she didn't set him free.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, talking about the racism, let's jump to Texas. The headline, and Kevin pointed this out: Texas Democrat politician and ex-Biden appointee arrested for allegedly posting fake racist social comments about himself. Yes, you heard that correct. Terrell Patel, 30. He's the ex-Biden White House appointee and current Democrat candidate for county commissioner seat in Texas, allegedly created a dummy social media account to post bogus racist comments about himself. Tara Patel, 30, the challenger running for county commissioner, was arrested for online impersonation. He was impersonating a racist, and he got arrested. How stupid!
Wow.
How stupid do you have to be arrested for a fake Facebook profile that you created?
Yeah,
and then you decide I'm going to talk crap about myself, and then you get busted for it. And not by someone who maybe a wife or a friend, or be like, hey, what are you doing, posting mean stuff. He's talking about himself. He got busted by the police.
He's even dumber than Jussie Smollett.
Yeah.
What is the psychology behind that? Jussie Smollett had a career. This guy has some sort of career. Right. I have to be a victim of racism. Yes. What does he expect to get out of that? Like he's going to win?
I think it's that whole
attention.
I need the attention.
Yeah.
I need the attention.
That's what my wife says about me.
There's a great site called fakehatecrimes.org, and there are roughly, I think there are up to 500 fake hate crimes, and tons of them are white guy in a MAGA hat took my hijab, or white guy did this. And in every one of them is someone wrote the N-word on a college, and all the college kids are marching now, and that black guy did it.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
It's amazing.
By the way, I just want to mention The Root, which is Black News and Black Views with a whole lot of attitude, says that blacks did own slaves in Boston, Connecticut, Maryland, and they sold Negroes for the Southern trade.
It's amazing. Patel's campaign website says he previously worked for the Department of Justice Criminal Division in the, you can't make this up, the Public Integrity section. Public Integrity. A guy posting racist stuff about himself, by himself. I don't know what else he does by himself, but I guess he's going to find out in jail because he was arrested. So there you have it. Public integrity. Public integrity. Amazing.
He's not going to fare too well in jail with that.
Yikes. All right, we'll take a quick break. Fast hour number 1. Hour number 2 is coming up next on Friday night. Live from Studio 6B. Stay there. Back and forth for 48 minutes. Johnny, you ever see a grown man naked? Too funny. So what clips do you want to do here?
I speak Jeff.
So Aaron can be
I got
ready.
a couple of stories, but clip-wise, never go to Disneyland. That one is cut
6.
Cut 6?
Yep.
And I may want to talk about this Fordyce, Arkansas. I don't have an update on the shootings. Did you see that
Yeah, I
incredible
saw the
footage?
story. I have the story here. I was going to hit that.
So there's two clips, but
3
there's
dead.
one we probably couldn't play because of the language.
Okay.
I just muted it. There's no audio.
Oh, you did mute it? So we have 2 clips for that? I forgot what I sent up.
Yeah, it was 2.
All right, and I'll try to get some data on the follow-up on that
All right.
now.
Well, I have the article here from this afternoon.
And are they saying there were multiple shooters, maybe? There was like a dispute or something? 11 shots fired.
Yeah.
Was this Juneteenth?
No, this was
today.
It looked like a white guy in Arkansas. But people were filling up their gas tank next door to the shopping center, and they saw a body in the parking lot. A guy was opening fire and shooting through the window in the store, and like 7 people were wounded, 2 were killed. But it was only 11 shots total. And then I think you started shooting the police with a shotgun, maybe?
And 2 cops are dead.
The second clip.
Oh,
we have
they
is him-
are?
Is him with the shotgun.
Wow. I didn't know 2 cops died, so thank you for that.
horrible.
I was just going to look it up. Oh, it's so that's the one it is? Okay. Yeah, well, can I play that here and then we'll just do Fordyce? It's only a minute, the Fordyce. I could always blow it up early. Is that all right?
Well, let's do Fordyce first.
Okay. Fine.
So we'll do that story. Yeah, we'll do that one second.
We'll do GOP later.
Want to do Andrew Giuliani? We never got to him.
Yeah, let's do, because that's quicker. So let's do Fordyce and Andrew and maybe never go to Disneyland. It's only a minute, if you have time.
I get the shirts at hardaddy.com. H-A-R daddy, D-A-D-D-Y.com.
What'd you say to me?
Hard Daddy?
Hardaddy.
H-A-R or H-A-R-D?
It's H-A-R-D-A-D-D-Y. So it's hard. I guess it's Hardaddy because there's only one.
Gotcha.
Oh.
Hi, live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on a Friday night. Dish Network Channel 219, Pluto TV Channel 470, 1175 on Samsung TV Plus. Also watch the show on the Roku channel as well as Distro TV. When it comes to the socials, follow us on all of them. We're talking about Twitter, X, Geta, the Rumble, the Rumblers, the Facebook, the YouTube, Instagram, where it's LFS6B Show at Instagram. And, of course, live from Studio6B.com is the internet home of the show. You can go there, check out everything, check out what kind of shirts we've come up with that are on offer, as well as all the other merch. And, of course, send an email to lfs6b@yahoo.com for any comments and questions. I'm sure Damon and Aaron will, well, not right now, Damon, because he can't see anything, but Aaron will probably get through them, and hopefully she'll have some good answers for you. In the meantime, though, let's continue on this Friday night. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. How are you?
You know what? I've got a little transphobia elbow.
Oh, yeah?
So other than that, I'm doing pretty well. Though. It hurts a little. So
well, don't do that.
Transphobia elbow.
If don't do transphobia, and it won't hurt.
Okay.
You'll be good. You can check out Kevin, his radio show, his writings on PJ Media, and, of course, his comedy schedule. Just go to KevinDowneyJr.show.com. That's KevinDowneyJr.show.com.
That's funny. I need a reverse racism appendectomy.
Anyhow, David Zier, as you can tell, is also here. David Zier, how are you?
I'm not really here. It's a deep fake. Great to be here, guys. So much going on out there, and an incredible shooting today in Arkansas, right, Rick?
Yeah, we'll get to that in just a moment. Also, a devastating car accident here in New York.
Oh my God!
It's a terrible thing. Elderly New York City pedestrian decapitated by a DOT truck. Happened early this afternoon here in New York City. An 86-year-old man decapitated by a truck that plowed into him.
And he happened to be
at a Brooklyn crosswalk.
Yeah.
Is a former acting captain of the Genovese crime family. Regardless of his past, it's just a terrible way.
The images were
the images
incredible.
that we're not going to play any of it. We're not going to show any of it. If you want to check social media, you can look for yourself. But it's horrifying. And what's crazy is that you see in one of the videos the DOT worker who was driving the truck. He's on his knees.
And unconsolable.
He's just unconsolable because he sees what he did.
Yeah.
And it's just horrifying. So, just
this
a
guy
sad
was
day.
a loan shark. He was convicted, loan shark for the Genovese crime family.
Yeah, he was known as Tony Cakes.
Yeah.
But regardless of that is a terrible, terrible accident to happen. Yeah. And again, to everybody involved, and you see the DOT worker in the video. He's just he's on his knees because he's just when you realize you're responsible for something so horrific to another human, it must just gut you.
I was over there the other day. There's those streets. There's so much going on. Bensonhurst, Bay Ridge. It's you could easily just step out in front of a truck.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Especially if you're hard of hearing or elderly.
Yeah, if you're elderly and you're by yourself, man, oh man. So if you do have somebody in your life who's older like that, try and spend more time with them, especially if they're out and about. Seems like he was, out and about, kind of living his life.
And that truck wasn't flying either.
No.
That's what I didn't understand, because they found stuff 100 feet away, right?
Yeah.
It was just, he was just making a turn. I don't know if maybe because of his age, he had shrunk a little bit. He looked too small. He didn't see him. I can't explain it.
I don't know.
But just a horrifying accident in New York City. And then another horrifying story coming out of Arkansas. The one David was just referencing, a shooting outside an Arkansas grocery store, leaving 3 people dead, multiple wounded, including 2 law enforcement officers. The law enforcement officers' wounds are non-life threatening, actually. Mm-hmm. I think I mistakenly said in the break. I thought 2 of them had died. I was wrong. 2 law enforcement officers were among the wounded, but their wounds are non-life threatening, according to Arkansas State Police Secretary of Public Safety Mike Hagar. This happened just a shooting outside the grocery store in Fordyce, Arkansas, earlier today at around 11:30 a.m. Left 3 people dead and 10 others wounded.
Yeah.
And David, you said you had some other stuff.
Yeah,
on
I think
this.
it's cuts 3 and 4, 4 and 5. People were just shocked. They saw a body laying in the parking lot next door while they're pumping gas. I think that's cut number 4, maybe.
We are live here at Mad Butcher in Fordyce, and
Wow, you
there's
can hear
a
the
shooting
guns.
going
Yeah.
on.
There were 11 shots fired in total from what I read, but I don't know for sure.
There's somebody lying in the parking lot, shot.
No one's leaving.
Yeah, no one's.
Right. And then we have cut number 5. It's a couple was filming this, watching this. Cut number 5.
Obviously, people being airlifted.
Yeah. So this guy...
Just a horrific scene.
I don't know how many weapons were involved, but this guy took a shotgun and was firing, I believe, at law enforcement at this time. But the front of that shopping center windows was all shot up.
Yeah, according to police, the shooter is in custody after exchanging gunfire with state police. Secretary of Police Safety Mike Hagar also said that the victim's wounds range from non-life-threatening to critical. It's tragic. Our hearts are broken, he said. A witness who works at the building supply across the street, Holt's Building Supply, from the shooting at Mad Butcher, I guess the shooting was at Mad Butcher grocery store, said he heard several rounds and saw victims being medevaced from the scene, as you saw that the helicopter landing coming down.
And Fordyce is halfway between Little Rock and the Louisiana border. Small town America.
Yeah. Arkansas Governor Sarah Huckabee Sanders said on social media she's been briefed on the tragic shooting in Fordyce and is in constant contact with the state police. She said she is thankful to the law enforcement and first responders for their quick and heroic action to save lives and sends prayers to the victims and all those impacted by the horrific event. So,
yeah. And you want to go to cut number 2, Andrew Giuliani. We have time for that.
Well, I mean, do you want to say anything more about this story?
I don't know any more details. I don't know. Do you have any info?
I would say, growing up in Detroit, we were taught to run away from the guy with the gun. And these rednecks are like with their cameras. You see at the end, he's like, you got to get a shot of the gun. Yeah. And the guy has a shotgun. Yeah. When you fire a shotgun, it's not a bullet. It's a pattern of pellets that expand.
Yeah, that sprays.
Yeah, go 1,000
But then
feet.
again, they're also limited on distance too. With a shotgun, you have a lot less distance.
Yes, you have less range
in terms of range.
Unless he had slugs, yeah.
Right.
But also, maybe it's Arkansas. A lot of people have guns. They're used to the sound. They're not afraid of the sound of shotguns. Maybe, I don't know.
Well, if I'm in the woods, sure. But when I'm going down to Mad Butcher for some ribs. That butcher's mad.
Yeah, if you're online at Mad Butcher to get some steaks for the barbecue tonight, you might want to duck.
You know how you get people out of their house in Michigan? You yell, "There's a tornado coming!" and everyone comes out to look at it. Where? Let's see.
Yeah.
So another, again, between that in New York and this in Arkansas, just some horrific stuff going on.
And a big shooting. No one's going to hear about it because it was on. It wasn't on Juneteenth. It was a day or two before. It was a Juneteenth festival. 22 to 24 people shot.
Really?
Yeah.
Where was this?
Yeah,
Chicago?
Little town I'd never heard of. Round Rock or something. I'll look it up.
Yeah, I saw multiple shootings.
Yeah.
Crazy. All right, David, you wanted to jump to...
let's do that quick. We got Andrew Giuliani, who I love. He's one of the only people to get through 4 years he was with Trump the whole time for 4 years during his first term as president at Scott LeBato's The Relentless Patriot. And we have that one. That is cut number 2, Andrew Giuliani. Andrew Giuliani, fighting for New Yorkers all the time. Got to sit in the Trump trial with you. Great coverage for Real America's Voice News. But you're out here for a different reason tonight. Tell us about it.
Yeah, well, first off, David, you're absolutely right. You did a fantastic job, and it's so sad to see what happened in that Bolshevik trial. And we'll be back on July 11th for the sentencing. But we're here for Scott Lebedo tonight, and Scott has been such a good friend to you, to I, somebody who is
never wavered, never wavered.
Yeah. And he's somebody who, even though in his community, which is ultra liberal, we'll call it ultra leftist now, to be somebody who's actually a conservative voice out there, painting the blue line in Staten Island on Highland Boulevard
during the George Floyd riots to show support for the NYPD while they were being assaulted in the street.
Exactly, and then the New York Pizza Party, right? Just
fighting for the pizza owners, wood-fired ovens, right, in New York.
Exactly right. The wood, the coal-fire ovens.
Standing up for Trump at the trial.
Oh, absolutely. Look, Scott is an American patriot. He's a relentless patriot, and I recommend everybody. I had the opportunity to see this movie at Mar-a-Lago. I'd recommend to everybody to go and watch The Relentless Patriot. It's an hour and 45 minutes that you just feel much better about America and know that there are other like-minded people like you, even in communities like the artist community.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a working-class hero. Nobody represents the guy who opens the gates for his crews every morning. They go into the town, the city building department, they get, treated with contempt, right?
Yeah.
So people are dying for representation, right?
You're absolutely right, and Scott is that. This goes back to the Brooklyn Museum where he was protesting the fact that they ended up putting cow dung on the Mother Mary. And so this gets documented in the movie. So there are, he really is a guy who we're, extremely proud to not just call a fellow patriot, but a friend and somebody who is continuing to go around the country, painting American flags everywhere, somebody who kneels for God and stands for the flag. And that's why I'm proud to call him a friend, David.
We always look forward to your keen insight, and thank you for supporting Scott Lebedo. And I'll see you on the trail.
David, always great being with you, my friend.
Andrew.
Thank
Wonderful. Enjoy it again. You saw it at Mar-a-Lago, right?
Yeah, we did. We saw it at Mar-a-Lago. Very, very nice. There was less homeless people there than there are in New York City outside of there, unfortunately.
Yeah, they were looking at my camera case outside.
Yes, they were. And by the way, if it's worth $28 million, President Trump, I'll buy it now. I'll buy it now. I'll figure out a way to get it together, and we'll buy it now at $28 million.
One more comment really quick. Trump raising $400 million since May.
Look, I think there are more Americans now that are fed up with lawfare, fed up with the Biden Justice Department going after their political opponents, and they realize that if it can happen to the 45th and 47th President of the United States, David, it can happen to every single one of us.
Trump has $83 million in legal bills so far. He just paid $3.6 million, I think today or this week. But we love Andrew. He's got a super bright future. He's only 38 years old. Must be very hard for him to watch what they're putting his father through.
Sure.
Who's the greatest prosecutor, greatest mayor in the history of the United States, in my opinion. But we love Andrew, and hope he'll be back in the Trump administration.
Yeah. I agree with everything you said, except the few days where Rudy had me arrested. So... those 2 days, he was not the greatest mayor ever. Okay. So I'm just going to say that. Just throwing it out there. There was no need. All you had to do was tell us to leave. Didn't need to be this big show of force. Didn't have to wrangle us all up. Put us in the tombs.
Did he make an example out of you?
Yes, they did. Ran us through the system. All right. During my cool life, of course. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we got more with David Zier, more with Kevin Downey Jr. And you guys, stay there. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Really? And we heard of none of them.
Yeah.
No.
That's the amazing part.
It was in the news yesterday, I think. But it wasn't major, as far as coverage.
Right. No.
How many people were shot?
Oakland was 15. Round Rock, Texas was 16.
I think it was the Round Rock one I saw. I didn't see Oakland.
I'm going to go to Gun Violence Archive. Two things they'll never show you: black mass shootings and self-defense shootings.
Yeah.
And you got 2 reads here. Do you want to break them up again?
Yeah, let's break them up.
All right.
Which one should I do first?
Start with Birch Gold.
Birch Gold. Birch Gold. All right, we'll do that one first. Let's jump in the chat. Fred, let's jump in the chat. What do we got?
So, what was the story I was going to ask you, Rick? If you
I don't know.
Was relevant to what we're talking about.
Is it cool being me? It used to be. If that was your question.
My tongue.
Nobody X. I did not get slammed in the slammer.
Who said that?
But thank you for your concern. on the Twix chat.
Got some funny people in here.
I know. I hate them. No, I'm kidding. We love you. Somebody's saying there's a SWAT situation at a mall in Florida as we speak.
Mm.
Let me see if I can find anything on that. That's not what we need on a Friday night. We don't need that at all, actually.
Tons of mass shootings. 2 on Juneteenth. One was a Juneteenth celebration on the Sunday
That was
before.
all those white supremacists.
Yeah, they found a bunch of MAGA hats there, and there was Confederate statues walking around causing trouble.
Confederate statues walking around.
Yeah, they're still very racist.
It kind of goes against being a statue if you're able to walk around.
They're not very good statues.
They're not good at it.
They're not good at it at all.
It's like those mimes that keep talking. All right, you know what that music means. I know it sounds depressing, but it's not. But it should be. It probably will be, especially if you're nervous about what's coming down the pike. We've recently had some monumental news, and no one wants to talk about it for the first time in the history of our country. The interest we pay on the national debt is surpassing every individual budget item except for Social Security for now. That's right. The U.S. now spends more on interest than on national defense or even Medicaid, and it's only getting worse as the big government continues to grow and swell. That's why savvy investors, central banks, and concerned savers are turning to gold, something not tied to the inflated U.S. dollar. And you, too, can make that switch with the help of the people at Birch Gold. For over 20 years, Birch Gold has helped thousands of Americans protect their savings by converting to an IRA or 401k into a gold IRA, and we're talking about physical gold you can hold. To learn more, text America to 989898 and claim your free, no obligation info kit on gold from the Birch Gold Group. They've earned an A+ rating, and of course, their education first approach is welcomed by their thousands of happy customers with their countless 5-star reviews. They've got it all going on, and all you got to do to be a part of it is text America to 989898. That's America to 989898 and get your free kit on gold from the Birch Gold Group. So we appreciate them. And again, it's a scary time, man. I know we haven't talked a lot about the economy lately, but not really seeing much of a change for the better. I'll tell you that much.
No, you know what? With high gas prices, it really keeps me from traveling this summer. So I got that going for me,
which is nice.
I like staying home and doing nothing.
Yeah, I like staying home because I can't afford to go anywhere. That's always a fun time.
Yeah. They're artificially keeping prices low through July 4th at the pump, but oil's up to $81 a barrel, global tensions rising, and they expect the stock market to drop 5% by the end of the year.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, I wonder if that'll come up at the debate.
Right?
You wonder. Because there's a lot of things that they can mention, but we'll see what actually happens. Because a lot of times, like you guys were saying earlier, we'll see if CNN tries to, give the old guy an assist, so to speak.
I don't think there's any doubt.
I don't know how you can assist in that situation, though. Because aside from making it so painfully obvious that that you're running interference,
because they run interference,
right? I know
and they right. So it doesn't have to be so complex. They just they keep it in a tight little thing, grouping, and limit the time and the answers, and Trump can't overreact without the mic on,
right?
So I don't know.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think it's all a show.
Like I said, it's going to be a very interesting Thursday night. Hey, I want to get this in because I want to get your guys' reaction to this. Here's Josh Hawley questioning this woman who wants to be a federal judge. We're going to play this from my computer here. Mike, do I have other stuff? Okay, I can't play it then because I can't figure it out. We'll do it in the next break. But it's Josh Hawley, which I'll be playing in just a little bit in the next break about this judge that wants to be placed on the federal bench, and he just exposes her for what she is, and she gets caught lying like you wouldn't believe. Speaking of liars, though, I do have this. You might remember this guy. His name is Andrew McCabe. He used to work for a place called the CIA. I mean, the FBI. Remember them? He don't work there anymore. And he's come out and said, he's afraid that if Donald Trump gets elected, he's going to have to leave the country, him and a bunch of his friends. Now, here is Andy McCabe talking about just this, cut number 10. Let's go with this right now.
I spent 21 years as a law enforcement officer in this country. Steve Bannon has no idea what he's talking about that or probably anything else. People who haven't committed crimes in this country have nothing to worry about.
It just seems to me,
Do you personally worry about it?
Yeah, Caitlin, I worry a lot about it. People who haven't committed crimes in this country have nothing to worry about.
Do you personally worry about it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
he's admitting his guilt.
Yep,
because he does have something to worry about.
Yeah,
he does, and he should. But you know what? He should go to Canada if he's going to hide, because I don't know if you saw this, but a trans dudette went to get his lady marbles waxed.
His lady marbles waxed,
and the only person there who could do it was a Muslim woman who said, "I'm not allowed to see another man naked. I'm not a man. You're a man. I'm not in a big fight." So
really?
Lawsuit, this happened 6 years ago. Lawsuit, the judge just came down and said, how dare you misgender that lady $35,000 against the spa.
Really? Mm-hmm. Just because it was basically against her, I guess, beliefs?
Yeah.
To see another man naked.
Yeah, I'm not a man. So it came down to misgendering. You wouldn't take care of this person. Excuse me, blah, 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 blah. 35,000 Canadian dollars. So they're kind of worthless, but.
Right.
Wow. McCabe should have been prosecuted for obstruction and perjury.
Oh,
yeah. Multiple times. Now, again, we've been talking about the debate. It's coming up on Thursday. And this article goes back a couple days. But it says here, and this is the headline from The Hill, because I think we all remember the conviction for Hunter Biden. Believe it or not, they tie it into the presidential election in a different way. It says here, Hunter Biden conviction creates an opening for Michelle Obama.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, according to this, Representative Andy Ogues of Tennessee suggested that Hunter Biden's conviction in the federal gun charge case could create an opening for Michelle Obama to make a bid for the White House. He responded to the verdict on Mornings with Maria and emphasized the need to pursue justice just before suggesting President Biden may step back from the race amid his son's guilty verdict. That being said, he said, I think it also creates an opening for Democrats like Michelle Obama here. The Biden family can say, hey, we're going to step back, take care of our house, we're going to take care of our son, and that will allow Michelle Obama to come in and run. Because, again, Joe can't win this election, according to Ogles. He said they know that, and they are desperate for another candidate. And, again, that lends us back to
makes sense.
What we've been saying, what I've been saying for over a year. It's not going to be him.
Nope.
He's not going to be the one. They just got to hold his hand, keep that diaper on until he gets to the convention, so he can have the delegates, and then he can tell the delegates, this is who you're going to vote for.
Yep. Maybe a little cryogenics here and there to keep him awake.
Right. Maybe,
Pump some Walt Disney blood into him or something.
Exactly.
The questions don't even have to go to Biden. They can go to his handlers. Donna Brazile admitted that she gave the questions in advance from CNN to Hillary Clinton. She finally admitted it in 2017. So,
what about the Michelle Obama thing?
I've been interviewing Joel Gilbert for a year and a half. He thinks she's going to be the one. She's a radical activist, Marxist, the politics of fear, Saul Alinsky, and she follows, Bernadine Dorn was her mentor, Bill Ayers' wife, who's Weather Underground, who killed cops, bombed the Pentagon, blew up Senate offices, and she worked for Valerie Jarrett in Mayor Daley's office in Chicago. And that she's a radical leftist who does have political ambitions. I believe that 100%.
Yeah, so do I. It says here the former First Lady made it clear she's not seeking a return to the White House with a presidential bid. And her office, she has an office. Who knew Michelle Obama had an office? What the hell does the lady do? Aside from, lift weights. I don't know what she does. Says here her office said she will not be running for president. She supports Joe Biden and Kamala Harris in their reelection campaign. But numerous Republicans have floated the idea that Obama could replace Biden on the ballot come November, including MTG, Marjorie Taylor Greene, and Ted Cruz. However, Obama has repeatedly quashed any speculation she would run for president, saying in 2019 there is zero chance of her making a bid. She also said earlier this year she was terrified of what could happen in the 2024 election. So, they say one thing, but we know with liberals, they're always lying. We'll talk more about this because Kevin's got something. He's like,
I should wait. I've got a bombshell when we come back.
Nice tease. Doing the radio tease on a Friday night. We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll continue this discussion. We got more clips with David Zier. All we need you to do is hang with us during the break. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there. Pick it up. Okay. But it's really loud. All right, we're back in the chat.
SHN update on that Florida story.
Okay, thanks. Oh, there is something going on because I wasn't able to find something.
The story is that there isn't something, pretty much.
There isn't something. All right, good update. I'll take it. That's a good one. Judge issues ruling as Baldwin seeks to toss criminal charges against him.
Oh my God. All right. I got to finish the Celsius. Here we go, guys.
I thought that stuff was supposed to keep you awake. You're yawning. It's not working.
Been up all week.
He's built up a tolerance.
Got to drink like 7 of them now to.
All right, I'm good.
All right, let me see what's playing in the background.
Mr. Miyagi.
CNN did not cover that 12-year-old who was murdered in Texas?
Crazy.
I'm not surprised.
I went to their site and searched her name. Nothing.
He cut off his ankle bracelet, his ankle monitor, after he killed one of the guys.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then fled.
You have the AMAC read here.
Okay. Oh, and I found what was playing in the background.
Sounded like a looped Rav.
Yeah, it was a Getter thing. What's going on in the chats, everybody?
Check.
Yep. Commercial up.
I love, excuse me, how the commies are going crazy over those 10 Commandments. in the Louisiana school. They're just mortified.
I bring you these 15.
These 10.
10 commandments.
What a great gag.
Yeah. Mel Brooks, he converted from Judaism
to hilarity. All right, so AMAC. Here we go. All right, you know what that music means. Time for some more interesting stuff. This coming from our friends over at AMAC. Hey, folks, this month, the entire month, we're going to celebrate the dads in your life as we're reminded of our own dads who were strong men with strong values. They went to church, they had family dinners, honored the flag, and all the stuff we grew up with. Those values shaped your homes and ours, and our dads taught us to stand up for our beliefs, cherish our loved ones, and appreciate the freedoms that we have in this country. This Father's Day, of course, that just passed, and throughout the entire month, we found the perfect way to honor that legacy with AMAC, and they are offering an AMAC membership. AMAC, the Association of Mature American Citizens, champions the values of every father instilled with their kids and their family, their faith, and their freedom. AMAC.US/Studio 6B. If you want to find out more and take advantage of a great deal by joining AMAC, you support an organization that fights for these principles. For the month of June, believe it or not, you're going to get a 2-year membership for just $16. That's 2 years for the price of one with AMAC. So join us and thousands of others who proudly call themselves AMAC members. Visit AMAC.US/Studio 6B and celebrate the fathers in your life all month long for all they have done for you throughout the entire month of June. Celebrate that with this great deal from AMAC. Go to AMAC.US/Studio 6B so you can take advantage of that. And, of course, the month isn't over yet. There's about a little bit more than a week left in the month of June, so you got a chance to take advantage of that deal. And, of course, all the other great stuff that you do get with AMAC and their memberships. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. Kevin, tell everybody a little bit about yourself real quick with a website. Where's your website?
Well, excuse me, my website is KevinDowneyJr.show.com. You go there, you can listen to my anti-commie radio show every Monday through Friday, 10 to 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And if you go to pjmedia.com, let me just say, the more of my stuff you read, the more bourbon I get to buy. And I've got a piece up right now that I think you want to read, because this is going to get worse. It's about illegal immigrants. Let's see. In 4 days, illegal immigrants have raped and or murdered and or abducted 3 girls, one of them 12, one of them 13, one of them 14. The 12-year-old, well, CNN didn't have the time to write about her because they were looking at Patti LaBelle's discrimination that she faced back in the 60s. That was a much more important story. So they didn't mention her. But this is not this is a pattern. These are not random attacks. This is now officially a pattern. This is 3 in 4 days. And a couple days before that, they caught the animal who killed mother of 5, Rachel Morin, in Maryland over there. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. All right. Most people don't know that 5 illegal immigrants snagged a young girl, 14 years old, in Indiana, and they only caught him because her phone pinged 5 hours away outside of Hannibal, Missouri.
Oh, my goodness.
Who knows where they were going? Yeah. So especially important if there's someone you know who is a woman or a girl, Hispanic or Latino, because they seem to make up most of the victims in these horrible cases.
Yeah. Well, like you said, it seems like they're targeting specific types.
Yeah, most of these filthy predators stick to their own demographic. So when I saw this girl's name, I looked it up and I said, all right, that's an Hispanic name. I've never heard it. And I said, let's watch and see who it's going to be. And 6 hours later, illegal immigrants.
Yeah, exactly.
And David, didn't you say one of them cut a...
Yeah, Panos Ramos, who came in on May 28th across the border. He removed his ankle monitor 2 days after Nungari's body was found And it was found in a swampy creek, so he was looking to evade authorities.
Yeah, just amazing. Just keep you got to keep your head on a swivel these days, especially if you got kids.
Yeah. Right. One of them crossed the border on March 14th. He was released from the monitoring program on May 15th because he had no known criminal history and complied with all the necessary check-ins. He complied with all the necessary check-ins. So
well, that's so good.
Model citizen.
Model illegal immigrant.
And it's
right.
Johan Jose Rangel Martinez. Four names. Franklin Jose Pena Ramos. 4 names.
Told you. 4. 4 for illegals, 3 for serial killers.
White serial killer males.
Exactly.
And of course, we're putting these animals up. We're giving them nice hotel rooms, food.
They get Medicare.
Oh yeah, they get debit card. You get to recharge that every month.
They get flights to wherever they want for like $40.
Yep.
I mean, they got it all. They got it made.
Now, let me ask you guys a question. We're talking about how much of a egomaniac Joe Biden is. Now, do you think this is his plan? Because the guy from the State Department, Project Veritas, said they're changing the demographics. Is this his plan, or is he owned by China, so he's doing what they want?
I think he's owned by the globalist.
Yeah,
because that's the globalist plan, right? Is demographic change, demographic destiny, they call it. And he's talked about it. He said, by this time, he gave what year? I guess like 10 years ago or something in an interview. And said, for the first time, white people won't be the majority in this country. So he has been on the plan pretty long, pretty much for a long time.
And this has been going on since 1962, since the last big immigration act. There's a lot of people in the United States who've been trying to change that demographic for a very long time.
Yeah, and they don't seem to understand that we don't want that.
I think I think that's the globalist commie plan.
Yeah,
and I think China owns him, and I think they're in cahoots with Iran too, because Iran is, you see all these Muslims going into Western Europe, and they're not woke.
There's been something
they're not. They have no respect for women.
There's an incredible number, like 1,500 Tajiks come across the border. The number was like 50 before that, before Biden was president. It's a big number, very big number. Yeah, and that's a hotbed of terrorism because they're not only against Putin, but they're also now ISIS-K and other.
Yeah.
So. Well, a lot of good stuff to look forward to. It just makes you think, wow, we need 4 more years of that nonsense. Hey, I was talking about Josh Hawley earlier. I've got that clip ready to go here. You'll be able to see him questioning a woman named Carla Campbell who believes she's good enough. She's done what she needs to do to become a federal judge. I believe these appointments are for life. Check this out here for yourself. Take a listen.
Campbell, I'm trying to understand your answers to this committee. Let's start with the workers' dignity question, because your truthfulness under oath is surely, I notice my friends across the way now are utterly uninterested in any organization you've been a part of. They're suddenly utterly uninterested in things you wrote in the past. They're utterly uninterested in who you give money to. That wasn't the case just a few years ago, but be that as it may, surely they're interested in your truthfulness. I have now counted, just as I've sat here today, 4 separate answers by you, all of them conflicting as to what exactly was your relationship with workers' dignity. So let's just get this nailed down. First of all, did you disclose your relationship with workers' dignity to this committee? Don't look at the chairman, look at me.
I'm not sure that I included that. I don't remember, Senator.
Oh, I think you do. The answer is no. You did not disclose it to this committee. Then you told Senator Grassley, I've never represented that group. Then you told Senator Lee, next, that you had indeed advised them.
Bless you, Ted.
And that you'd advised them as a member of a legal advisory board. You said 10 years ago. Right? Then you told Senator Cruz that, in fact, you told Senator Lee you'd advised them briefly. You told Senator Cruz, actually, you'd advised them for 3 years. Then you told Senator Durbin that it wasn't 10 years ago, it was 15 years ago. So what is it exactly? You didn't disclose your association with this radical group to the committee. You're currently listed now, your own bio lists you as a legal advisor to the Workers' Dignity Group from 2013 to the present. The Tennessee Bar Association cited your work with this group for your nomination. So what is the story? When did you start working for Workers' Dignity?
Senator,
Wow.
She's doing a Nathan Hale.
more than a decade ago, for 2 or 3 years, I served on a legal advisory committee or board.
So you gave them legal advice.
We were helping them set up as a
So you represented them. So you lied to Senator Grassley earlier when he explicitly asked you, did you do any legal work? And you said no.
Senator.
In fact, you served on a legal advisory board. That's your testimony now. Correct?
Senator, I served on this board.
On a legal advisory board, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So you lied to Senator Grassley here under oath. What else have you lied about? Workers' Dignity has condemned Israel's ethnic cleansing of Palestine. They have said that Israel is engaged in ethnic cleansing. Do you agree with that?
No, Senator.
How can I believe you? You just lied under oath a moment ago to Senator Grassley. You've lied to us up and down on this committee. I mean, this is a serious problem, Ms. Campbell. I have to say, I've never seen a witness, never, in 5 years in this committee, sit here and lie to us and change the story person to person. Why are you doing it? What is it? Why are you afraid to tell the truth about Workers' Dignity? Why have you lied to this committee? Why didn't you disclose it? Why did you lie to Senator Grassley? Why have you changed your story every time you're asked?
Senator, I have not lied to you today. I've tried to represent my participation with this group.
What you've done is you've misrepresented your participation with this group. You apologized to Senator Cruz for any confusion. You've created the confusion. Deliberately. Deliberately. Let's talk about something else that you've created confusion for. The biggest political donation that you have ever made is to Odessa Kelly. This radical
awesome.
candidate who said that members of this committee are Satanists, who endorsed violence. Why did you give money to Odessa Kelly? Over $1,000. I mean, that's not nothing. That may be nothing to you. That's not nothing to most people. Why'd you give money, the most money you've ever given, to this person?
Senator, Miss Kelly lives in my neighborhood. She's one of my neighbors.
And you agreed with her views?
No, on those views that you've read, I don't agree with them.
Oh, I haven't read any of them. I'm just asking you. Do you agree with her views? I mean, you gave her more money than anybody else. Your governor, your state senator, your attorney general. You gave her the most.
I do not agree with all of her views, no, Senator.
Well, which ones do you agree with? Can you name one?
Come on, just one.
Senator, I know that she is my neighbor, and I'm a neighborly person.
Oh, I see. You're a neighborly person. Well,
She's
I tell you
flashing
this.
these reefer madness eyes every now and
You have represented to this committee that you didn't know what Odessa Kelly said and the frankly outrageous things that she said and did. You said you didn't know anything about Workers' Dignity. You lied to us about your association with that group. You said you didn't know anything about the Tennessee Immigrant Refugee Rights Coalition, who thanks you personally in their introduction. You said you didn't know anything about that. I mean, either all of these people are liars or you are, Ms. Campbell. It's one or the other. It's quite a pattern. Maybe they all are, but given what you've told us under oath today, I think the answer is you are. And for that reason, you are utterly unqualified to sit on the federal bench.
Kaboom.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
Like we said, government doesn't attract the best people.
Exactly. Yeah. And this Workers' Dignity group is, turns out that there's some radical leftist NGO.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Yeah, big time.
And just, wow.
And Odessa Kelly, worst.
So is that woman officially out, or are they still going to vote?
They still have to vote. But I don't see how she gets past this. I mean, it's just, that was a brutal takedown.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Slapping right there.
Okay, so sometimes the best do get through, and I give you Josh Hawley.
But she doesn't go in there prepared for this? Like, I don't get that at all.
All right, quick break. We'll come back. Final segment of the show on a Friday night. All we need is you. Hang tight with us. Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice. Stay there.
You have Holly going after a black woman saying, well, you said here that a man can get pregnant? Yes, of course. Yes, of course. And she just keeps doubling down. Of course, of course. And she doesn't back up. She gets snotty with him. Downright snotty with him. I can't remember her name. Another someone who wants to be a judge.
So, Rick, I don't have to play the Wisconsin GOP. I just wanted to do a quick Trump story and my Disneyland video.
Yeah.
And one story on oil prices.
All right. We'll
quick
do it all
stuff,
next.
all right?
Yep.
Okay.
All you. Set them up. Just don't jump to the clip. Set it up.
Okay.
All right. What else do we got? Let's jump back in the chat. People like the Josh Hawley. People have to love the Josh Hawley. Come on.
I love him. I want him to be president someday.
Would he make a good attorney general or no?
He would be great at that. I think he'd make a great VP too, but he's not. I don't think he's in the running.
No.
Yeah.
He's not.
Is Tulsi Gabbard?
She's in the running.
Her name has been mentioned. I don't think she gets it. Again, you need somebody who you can hand the baton off to. Anybody who wants to be vice president is thinking next step for me is president, right? Kamala Harris is thinking, hey, if old Joe here collapses, I'm the pick, right?
Tulsi can bring an independent vote, though.
Yep, and she can bring some chicks, a couple of broads. You know what? I kind of want to see Michelle and Hillary run just to watch Hillary get beaten by yet another Obama.
I say Michelle Obama, Gavin Newsom as VP.
Oh, yeah. I think it's going to be. I don't think they're going to let Hillary run again. I think she wants to.
I think she wants to as well.
Yeah, she does.
And to some people, she makes the most sense.
Yes.
Believe it or not. Like to Hillary, she makes the most sense.
Too much damage, though. Yeah.
Michelle Obama is actually a horrible candidate.
She is.
She's not. She's got 130 social media followers.
Doesn't matter.
She's got a huge get out the vote effort.
See, that's the problem. She's
on the cover of every magazine as a princess.
But I mean, I guess I should say she doesn't have the resume.
She's
a great candidate, but a horrible. If she
has the radical leftist resume, but they've hid it on purpose to make her.
No, he's talking about a presidential.
They're opposing her as a housewife turned politician. I'm telling you that she's like this pure as driven snow. She didn't deny black people health insurance in Chicago.
Live from Studio 6B, Real America's Voice on Friday night. Kevin Downey Jr. is here. David Zier is here. You are there. We got a lot of stuff still to try to cover in this short segment, but we'll try to get to it. How much do you guys love the Josh Hawley?
I love him.
Great.
Man, I'm a big fan.
Big, huge fan. And you know, it's we talked about the worst of the worst making their way to Washington, but he's not one of them.
No.
Thank goodness.
That Marxist judge wannabe. That's the problem with this country. Marxist judges all over the joint.
Yeah. And you saw her reaction to that first question. She was like, it was like, wow, what the hell was that?
Can't believe she's not prepared for that. It's like she doesn't want it.
Yeah. David brought up a good point. He's like, don't these people prepare? Like you would think.
You don't know you're not going to get. Nobody said, "Oh, Hawley's going to hammer the crap out of you."
Well, it's not even that. It's he was pulling from her statements just that hearing.
Yeah.
So he documented 4 times she changed the story.
Yeah.
And she was flat out cold stone busted.
She didn't know what to do.
No.
Yeah.
Looked like she was in a cry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those Marty Feldman eyes. It was
Marty Feldman. Love Marty Feldman.
You know who else is a good sniper in these is Kennedy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He with the accent sounds a little cartoony when he's slapping you around.
Like you don't really take him too. You don't think he's going to get aggressive, but he has his way of coming up behind you and
good.
shanking you.
But Hawley's the best at it, I think.
Yeah,
he definitely is. All right, David Zier, the host of Breaking Point every Saturday morning. Tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Make your plans to be there. 5 a.m. on the West Coast. David, what else do you have for us tonight?
Well, I want to go to cut number 3 about Trump. You know, he had this big fundraiser, David Sachs, Silicon Valley mansion filled with venture capitalists, raised all kinds of money there 2 weeks ago, I think. And, he made an appearance on Sachs' podcast. People are raving about Trump's appearance on there. I have a clip from that where he talks about everything for like 50 minutes straight. I think he participated for 90 minutes. he's going to clean Joe Biden's clock if they don't fix this debate in Biden's favor. Let's go to cut number 3.
I made it possible to build. I made it possible to do things, to invest. I was able to get companies with a lot of money outside of the USA to bring that money back in. You know, we cut the rate, and it was crazy. The rate was like 55%. So that means if they bring the money back, they lose half that money before they even start. But it was also impossible from a standpoint, a structural standpoint, a legal standpoint. It was very hard. And they were able to bring back, I mean, Apple's an example. They brought hundreds of billions of dollars back from other countries into the United States and invested it here. So, but it's very interesting because I ask the question all the time, which was more important? And almost everybody said I did an even better job. And I got the biggest tax cuts. The biggest tax cuts, bigger than the Reagan tax cuts, but they found regulations, and the regulation cuts were even more effective. And that's where we had the great economy, and that's where we had the most jobs ever produced.
Yeah. Just an incredible performance. I watched some more of it. Really great. I want to get to 2 more quick stories here. You know, Israel and Hezbollah are about to go at it, and the world oil markets are concerned. Oil's at about $81 a barrel right now. After July 4th, you're going to see oil skyrocket again. But there's, you know, while Putin's visiting Kim Jong-il, Israel, Lebanon, the border is taking center stage, and it's not a pretty sight. You know, Israel's been softening up targets there for a couple of months now, but Israel is not going to let maybe 200,000 rockets go pouring into northern Israel, and it looks like they may take preemptive action. There's a great piece. Go to oilprice.com from the editorial department. Fears of Israel-Hezbollah war leaves oil markets on edge. I think that's a great article. You should check it out here. And I also wanted to get to why you should never go to Disneyland. Save that 10 or 15 grand that it costs to take your family there. Put it in a Columbia fund and turn it into $35,000 tax-free for your kids' education. Cut number 6, never go to Disneyland, because this is what they're brainwashing 3-year-olds with. The electric parade at Disney World that everybody loves, you know, the illumination parade, whatever you call it. Well, this is the rainbow version of that. So they're subliminally planting the rainbow agenda and flag in all your babies' heads. You know, this has been going on for years, but I just thought we should play it again. What do you think?
You know what? I think it's sick. I think they're doing it for a couple of reasons. Number one, remember the far left is doing away with the word pedophile because we don't want to offend kitty diddlers, so we're going with MAP now. Yes. Minor attractive person. Or a youth attracted person. And that's what this is. Also, I would say, from the communist point of view, they want to separate kids from parents. We will raise your kids the way we want them raised, with our values. And we've got a gay Mickey Mouse. So who do you think the kid wants to hang out with, mom and dad or Mickey Mouse? Mickey Mouse always wins.
True. That's all I got for you, Rick.
All right. Thank you, David. And again, David's here. You can catch him tomorrow morning. Breaking Point, 8 a.m. Eastern, 5 a.m. on the West Coast. Kevin Downey Jr.
Yes, sir.
What do you got coming up, my friend?
Well, I'll tell you. No comedy for a couple of weeks. Summer is death to comedy. A few things here and there. And more radio. And more PJ Media, which you can go there. Remember, you want to read that thing about the illegal aliens ravaging the kids, because this is going to be huge. It's a bigger problem than people think. And some of this stuff we don't really find out about. Like we're talking on the break. No one knows that there were 3 or 4 Juneteenth-related mass shootings. Oakland, 15 people. Round Rock, Texas, 14 people. There's a couple more. There's certain things. If the news, if the Marxists, the Pravda press doesn't want you to know, you're not going to know. So go to PJ Media, because we're all over that stuff.
Right. Yeah. And you got a couple articles coming out, correct?
Yep. I've got one I mentioned earlier.
Did the title get approved? Because here's what Kevin was describing as we were having Pizza Friday before the show. He's like, I got a couple things on the offering. He goes, I guess got to see if they approved my headline, because the headline, let's face it, the headlines are important. It grabs you.
Yeah, the headline is, guess who's one shard away from mandatory retirement? It hasn't come up yet. It's in the hopper, though, so it'll be up tonight or early tomorrow. They're looking to replace Biden. It was in the Daily Mail. They don't think he can handle it. But Joe, he can't go. Otherwise, his kid goes to jail. And he's a crackhead. Hunter knows where the bodies are buried. He's going to spill his guts before he allows himself to go to the pokey.
Yeah. Well, you know what Joe can do on his way out? If they are able to get him to leave, which again is going to be tough because he's such an egomaniac. He actually believes he's really a great president. Like he thinks people love him more than Obama. This is how delusional the Joe Biden is. He'll just pardon or commute the sentence on his way out the door. He doesn't care. At that point, it won't matter to him.
You know, Rick, I just wanted to add, Rasmussen survey today, I believe was released, is reporting that Trump has a 10-point lead in the general against Biden when you throw in third-party candidates. Looks like they're pulling votes away from Biden.
Yeah.
And Trump is only down 8 in the state of New York.
And it had 10 with independents in New York.
Yep.
And from what I understand, I guess they're going to do a big rally down in Virginia with the governor Glenn Youngkin.
Yeah. Yep. Tomorrow, Philly. He's going into blue territory again. Brian Glenn's covering it for Rap.
Yeah. What's the particulars for tomorrow's event? Is it tomorrow's event? Yeah, here it is.
Yep.
The Make America Great Again in Philadelphia. Again, a blue city.
Yep.
In a
Yep. And
state that what are they called?
Swing state.
Swing state. There you go.
And he was just in not only Detroit, but the guy said, "You came to the hood, Mr.
Right.
President." Yeah.
Yeah.
That means a lot. And I'm telling you, man, he's way up with black men under 50.
Yeah. And believe it or not, it's going to start to translate through the other parts of that community in terms of the women, in terms of the younger, in terms of even the older. The older are going to be like, yeah, man, I can't sign on to this old coot, this old bag of bones.
Yeah,
because he's killing us right here. We'll see what happens. Again, join us tomorrow, 1 o'clock, right here on Real America's Voice. But that wraps up the show for tonight. Of course, we like to thank, and of course, we honor our military, active and retired, everybody serving on the front lines, the doctors, the nurses, the truck drivers, the Border Patrol, the police, the firefighters, the EMS. You got it. David Zier in here. Kevin Downey Jr. over there. Aaron and Fran in the booth. And, of course, you guys at home, thank you so much for watching tonight and all week. We'll see you on Monday. Have a great weekend. Live from Studio 6B. Peace.